Mind Haven, Echoes of Hope. For the next few minutes, we invite you to take a deep, grounding breath with us. We're embarking on a crucial journey, understanding and overcoming the grip of overwhelming anxiety. If your mind is a relentless battlefield of what-ifs, if your body is constantly vibrating with tension, this is your haven. This is where we learn not just to survive the storms of worry, but to build an anchor strong enough to weather them. Overwhelming anxiety can feel like a life sentence, a burden you must carry every moment. But I promise you, with understanding, intention, and the right tools, you can reclaim your peace. We're going to dissect this feeling, expose its tricks, share powerful strategies, and find solidarity in unique stories of resilience from our community. Part 1. The Anatomy of Anxiety. What is happening? Before we cope, we must understand. What exactly is overwhelming anxiety? A. Defining the difference. Worry versus anxiety. Worry is a cognitive event. It's the mind trying to solve a problem. I have a big deadline, I need to plan my time. It's generally focused on a real-life problem. Anxiety, however, is a physiological and emotional state. It often lacks a proportional immediate threat. It's an alarm bell ringing about a hypothetical, often catastrophic future event. When this state becomes overwhelming, it's because our body's ancient defense system is permanently set to high alert. B. The science of the surge, the fight or flight response. Let's talk about the amygdala. This almond-sized structure in your brain is your body's smoke detector. When it senses a threat, real or perceived, it triggers the fight or flight response. Adrenaline and cortisol. These stress hormones flood your system. Your heart races, your breath becomes shallow, and your muscles tense up. The overwhelm loop. In modern anxiety, the tiger is usually an abstract fear. Your body reacts the same way. The problem is, you can't run or fight a fear of rejection or financial ruin. The energy has nowhere to go, leading to that feeling of overwhelming trapped tension. This is why your body feels exhausted even when you've done nothing physical. See, the physical manifestations. Acknowledging the body. It is crucial to acknowledge that your physical symptoms are real and are a direct result of this hormonal surge. Chronic tension. A persistent low-grade clenching, especially in the neck, shoulders, and jaw, often leading to headaches. The sleep thief. Your brain can't turn off the threat scanner, making falling asleep or staying asleep almost impossible. The gut-brain axis. The powerful connection between anxiety and digestive distress. Upset stomach, nausea, or flare-ups are common signals of chronic stress. Acknowledge these symptoms not as a flaw, but as your body sending you a loud, clear message. Part 2. The cognitive traps of worry. Anxiety maintains its grip by ensnaring us in specific patterns of thinking. Learning to identify these traps is the first step toward dismantling them. A. Catastrophizing and fortune-telling. This is when your mind immediately jumps to the absolute worst-case scenario. It's not just a bad outcome, it's a disaster. Example, I sent an email with a typo. I'm going to be fired and I'll lose my career. You're trying to solve a hypothetical, impossible problem. B. The trap of avoidance. Avoidance is the belief that if you don't engage with the fearful situation, you won't feel anxiety. While it offers temporary relief, it teaches your brain that the situation was, in fact, truly dangerous. This strengthens the anxiety cycle. Every time you avoid an uncomfortable phone call or social gathering, you reinforce the fear. We must learn to confront discomfort gently. C. Emotional reasoning. This trap is the belief that because you feel something, it must be true. Example: I feel overwhelmingly scared about this presentation, therefore I will fail the presentation. Your emotions are valid, but they are not facts, and we must learn to separate the two. D. The illusion of control. This is the powerful yet false belief that worrying enough will somehow prepare you for or prevent a bad outcome. We mistakenly believe worry is a form of protection. It is not. Worrying just ensures you suffer in the present over a fear that may never materialize. Part 3. The Toolkit. Practical strategies for intervention. Now for the intervention. These are the practical, immediate strategies to cope with a wave of overwhelming worry. A. The vagus nerve. Reset. Calming the system. When the heart is racing, we must intentionally signal safety to the nervous system by activating the vagus nerve. 4, 7, 8. Breathing. Inhale quietly through the nose for a count of 4. Hold the breath for a count of 7. Exhale completely and slowly through the mouth with a whoosh sound for a count of 8. Repeat 4 times. This long exhale is the key. Ice water splash. A quick, jarring shift in temperature on the face can instantly interrupt a panic spiral. Mindful movement. When anxious, you have unused adrenaline. Do 60 seconds of wall push-ups, jump rope, even imagined, or fast stair climbing. Use the energy up to help your body process the hormones. B. Cognitive restructuring. Externalizing and challenging. We must move the worry from the emotional center to the logical prefrontal cortex. The worry decision tree. When a worry strikes, grab a pen and ask, is this a problem I need to solve right now? Is this a problem I have control over? If yes, create a single, small action plan. If I don't have control, what can I accept right now? I accept this uncertainty. I accept that I've done all I can. Thought labeling. When a negative thought appears, label it, that's catastrophizing, or that's emotional reasoning. By naming the trick, you weaken its power over you. C. Creating emotional distance. The self-compassion. Break. Host. Interrupt the self-criticism that often accompanies anxiety. This is a moment of radical kindness. Say a 3-part mantra, out loud or silently. Mindfulness. This is a moment of suffering. Acknowledging the pain. Common humanity. Suffering and anxiety are a shared human experience. Reminding yourself you are not alone. Self-kindness. May I be kind to myself in this moment. May I give myself what I need. Offering comfort. Part 4. Unique echoes of hope. Real-world strategies. Strategies are powerful, but seeing them in action is inspiring. Let's look at 3 unique strategies developed by people who have overcome overwhelming worry. Strategy 1. The lost keychain. A person once shared their experience of having irrational anxiety about losing extremely important items, a ring, a passport, keys, even when they were safe. The panic was constant. Then one day, they genuinely lost their actual keys. The panic hit, But as I calmly searched, I realized something profound. The real, finite effort of searching for the keys was far less terrifying than the infinite, daily dread I put myself through for things that weren't even lost. The real-world problem was manageable. The worry was the true burden, the takeaway. This teaches us that the energy we spend imagining a catastrophe often outweighs the energy needed to deal with the real problem itself. When overwhelmed, ask, is the effort I'm spending worrying greater than the effort the actual task would require? Strategy 2, the anxiety avatar. Boundary. Another individual successfully managed their relentless inner critic by giving their anxiety a distinct persona. They named it, imagined it as a small, silly, annoying cartoon character that sat on their shoulder. When a highly critical or panicky thought would surface, they learned to silently say, "Oh, that's just name avatar being dramatic again." The thought stopped being my truth and started being a suggestion from an unreliable external source. It created a powerful boundary, the takeaway. This is a simple yet effective technique for externalization. By making your anxiety external and slightly absurd, you regain control, detach from the thought, and realize you are not your anxious thoughts. Strategy 3, the preemptive power hour. This strategy focuses on fighting morning anxiety. One person shared how their mornings were ruined by the fear of forgetting something important or feeling behind. Their solution was not a busy morning routine, but a thoughtful evening routine. Every night, they committed to spending 30 minutes on tasks that would ease the next day's mental load. Laying out clothes, packing lunch, writing down just the top 3 priorities for the next day. The key was that these actions created small, banked wins. Waking up to these things already done completely changed their morning headspace. They had effectively sent their calm past self to help their anxious future self. The takeaway. This shows us how to use proactive care to dismantle anxiety before it starts. Small, intentional acts of preparation send a powerful signal of safety and control to your nervous system. Part 5. Cultivating long-term resilience. Coping is about intervention. Resilience is about prevention. These strategies integrate into your life to raise your baseline tolerance for uncertainty. A. Lifestyle as an anchor. The big 3. You cannot outthink a nervous system that is chronically deprived. Sleep discipline. Treat sleep as non-negotiable medication. Consistency is key. Purposeful movement. Find joyful movement. Even a brisk 20-minute walk releases calming neurochemicals and helps you metabolize the stress hormones we discussed earlier. Mindful consumption. Minimize caffeine, alcohol, and high sugar consumption, which can all mimic or amplify anxiety symptoms. B. The discipline of acceptance. Acceptance is not resignation. It is a declaration of peace. Acceptance of imperfection. Accept that you will make mistakes, that you cannot control global events, and that the future is uncertain. Fighting the truth of life is the cause of much suffering. Acceptance of the feeling. When anxiety hits, practice saying, "I am feeling anxious right now, and that's okay. I allow this feeling to be here, and I know it will pass." You allow it to move through you like a wave rather than fighting the current. C. The practice of proactive worry, dedicated worry. Time is about training your brain to compartmentalize. Schedule 15 to 20 minutes daily, never near bedtime, for your worry time. When a worry surfaces outside this window, quickly jot it down and tell your mind, "Thank you. I will deal with you at 4 p.m. When your scheduled time comes, you are free to worry as much as you need. This practice breaks the compulsive cycle of worrying all day long. Conclusion: your anchor of hope. We've covered a lot of ground today. From the amygdala's alarm to the discipline of acceptance, you now possess a comprehensive map for navigating overwhelming worry. Remember, overcoming anxiety is not a linear climb. It's a journey of looping back, regrounding, and trying again. Every moment you choose to breathe deeply, every time you challenge a cognitive trap, every time you practice self-kindness, you are strengthening your internal anchor. Your overwhelming worries are not your identity. They are simply signals from a system that needs care and adjustment. Treat that system with patience. Treat yourself with compassion. You are resilient, you are capable, and you deserve peace. The echoes of hope are not loud shouts. They are the quiet, persistent sounds of your own strength, your own breath, and your own dedication to a calmer tomorrow. Listen closely. If this guide has provided you with a tool or a moment of clarity, please help us amplify this message of hope. Subscribe to Mind Haven Echoes of Hope, and in the comments below, share one strategy from today that you are committed to trying. Let's support each other in this vital journey toward peace. Thank you for spending this past minutes with us. Go gently.